I heard you had a hard time with getting into the
People fell
country.
asleep during that.
I heard you had a hard time getting into the country. Is that?
Sorry?
Did you have a hard time getting in the country, or
A what?
getting in customs?
Oh, yes. I don't know if you know this about America, but you hate us. You really don't want us in. There's all these people working at the airport, and they think it's their job to send you back. And they've got a little form you got to fill in, and if you get it wrong, they make you go to the end of the line. And start again. And this time, having got the form filled in correctly and feeling I'm a good boy, they said, we're gonna need to ask you a few more questions. And they took me into a side room and made me sit with 20 people who all were definitely guilty, and just me. And I just sat there thinking, I'm cracking, I'm actually gonna confess. I hadn't realised it, but yeah, I am a bit un-American. I am quite possibly planning something. And before I actually melted and sobbed and explained all my plans to unseat democracy, they called me to the front. They said, Stephen Moppet. Possibly close. Are you Stephen Moppet? I was like, yes. Where did you go to university? I was like, it was an Al-Qaeda training cell. It was bubbling up. I thought, I can't stop myself. I'm going to say something like that. I didn't. I said, cleverly, Glasgow University. So, and they said, yeah, have you ever been in the armed forces? Why are you in America? And that was like, what are you doing in my house? So I'm going to a comics con. Is that what you are? What's that mean? I don't know. I've never been called upon to deny by an official being a comics convention.
There is something to take away from this story, though. If any of you work in security at the airports, clearly, if you pull Stephen in, he will tell you everything. So if anyone's out there who wants to know about the content of season 5, that's your way in.
This is a little mean-spirited, but
Stop!
Who's your least favorite of the 10 doctors?
Oh, come on!
I don't understand the question. I don't have one. They're all brilliant. They're all Doctor Who. There aren't 10 doctors. There's only one. He's happens to be played by several different actors. Come on. Pay attention.
I watched some of the older Doctor Who's, and I thought they were cool. I'm still kind of young, so I haven't been able to see them all, but I've noticed that the Doctor's been getting progressively younger in both appearance and attitude. Is there a reason for this?
Running. I have to do a lot of running.
When you're young, you're always trying to be old. You are. You're always, well, if you're a sort of serious person, you're always trying to act up a bit. Look at William Hartnell's Doctor. It does look like somebody who's trying to seem more important than they are. As you get older, you become steadily more immature. And if I could age into David Tennant, I would. It'd be a good idea for me. The Doctor has more power than I am, so as he gets older, when you're young, you want people to take you seriously. When you're older, you want people to think you're still a happy-go-lucky chap. If you happen to have the mystical power of regeneration, you're kind of in luck there. That's the way it goes in my head.
For me, it's the running.
He always ran. The corridor was short.
He runs faster now.
I was just wondering, what is your process in keeping and writing continuity within this version of the show and with the old series? Especially with regards to the Time War and the Daleks, who seem to keep on coming back despite having been destroyed in the Time War.
It'd be rude not to.
Well,
Imagine if there were Daleks.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, having taken the precaution of having memorised every single event in Doctor Who's history, it's very easy for me to keep continuity with it because I remember it all. But as I think I've said before, in the end, a television series which embraces both the ideas of parallel universes and the concept of changing time can't have a continuity error. It can't. It's impossible for Doctor Who to get it wrong because we can just say he changed time. Time ripple. There you go. It's a time ripple from Time War. Happens.
Have you ever had an idea that was like too British for a worldwide audience, like a Tesco's joke or something? You were like, "That's great," but no one will get it but us.
Yeah, and do you know what we do when we have a joke that is too British for everybody else? We put it in anyway. And then you get stopped by the immigration authority. We're carrying on with our Tesco's jokes then.
I have a question for my younger sister who couldn't be here. She wants to know that given content of An Empty Child and Girl in the Fireplace and Blink, is it possible with you writing it that she's going to be able to watch it from anywhere than behind the sofa?
You're supposed to watch it from behind the sofa. It won't. I mean, if people are worried that because I'm if parents are worried that because I'm taking over Doctor Who and it's going to be just really, really frightening every week, if that's your concern, then tough.
At the end of the Doctor's Daughter, Jenny was originally supposed to die. What prompted the decision to change that and bring her back?
Apparently me, but I didn't know that. In fact, it was. I didn't issue a command or anything. It's just when Russell was talking to me about the ideas he had for the new series, he mentioned the Doctor's Daughter and said we'll have a genetically engineered daughter and she'll die. And I just said, oh, that's what Star Trek would do, let her live. I actually had forgotten that I'd said that, so I was as surprised as anyone when she came back to life, and even more surprised when I heard that it was my idea. I think it says something in my vision for Doctor Who, that basically babes don't die.
Oh, we're dating again.